The world watched with bated breath as Vladimir Putin, the enigmatic leader of Russia, took to the podium. His words, delivered with a chilling calmness, sent shockwaves across the globe. Putin spoke of a world divided, of Russian interests threatened, and of the West's alleged aggression. His message was clear: Russia would not hesitate to defend its sovereignty, even if it meant resorting to extreme measures. This was not mere rhetoric. It was a stark warning, laced with implicit threats of military escalation. Putin's speech, delivered against the backdrop of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, marked a dangerous turning point. The world held its breath, bracing for the repercussions of Putin's ominous pronouncements. Putin's words were not just a message to the West, they were also a signal to his domestic audience. They were meant to rally support at home, to project an image of strength and resolve. The international community was left grappling with the implications of Putin's pronouncements. At the heart of Putin's chilling address lay a specific and deeply unsettling threat: the potential use of Russian missiles against Western targets. This was not a vague allusion to military might. It was a direct reference to Russia's arsenal of advanced missile systems. Analysts pointed to Russia's arsenal of Iskander ballistic missiles, known for their accuracy and ability to evade missile defenses. Adding to the anxiety was the specter of Russia's hypersonic missiles, weapons that travel at speeds exceeding Mach 5. The threat was clear: Russia possessed the firepower to inflict devastating damage on Western targets. The ambiguity surrounding the specific missiles mentioned was itself a tactic, a means of amplifying fear and uncertainty. By leaving the West guessing, Putin aimed to sow discord and weaken resolve. The world was left to decipher his intentions, to discern bluff from genuine threat. Underlying Putin's saber-rattling was a chilling subtext: the potential use of nuclear weapons.
While he stopped short of explicitly threatening a nuclear strike, his references to Russia's nuclear arsenal were a stark reminder of the unthinkable consequences.
Putin's message was clear: if Russia's vital interests were threatened, he would not hesitate to employ the most potent weapons at his disposal. Experts cautioned against dismissing Putin's nuclear rhetoric as mere bluster. They pointed to Russia's military doctrine, which allows for the use of nuclear weapons in response to a conventional attack that threatens the existence of the Russian state. The world was forced to confront the chilling reality that the nuclear taboo was under unprecedented strain. The West faced a daunting challenge in the wake of Putin's provocative statements.
Western leaders had to strike a delicate balance, conveying unwavering resolve to deter further aggression while avoiding actions that could escalate the crisis. The United States, the European Union, and NATO issued strongly worded condemnations of Putin's threats. They reiterated their unwavering support for Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Western powers engaged in a flurry of diplomatic activity, seeking to de-escalate the situation and open channels of communication with Moscow. NATO announced plans to strengthen its military presence in Eastern Europe, deploying additional troops and equipment.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, found itself once again on the front lines of a dangerous confrontation with Russia.
Putin's threats served as a stark reminder of the alliance's enduring relevance and the need for unwavering unity among its members. NATO's response to the crisis was swift and coordinated. The alliance activated its defense plans, putting its forces on high alert and deploying additional troops, aircraft, and warships to Eastern Europe. Reinforcements were sent to Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia, countries that shared borders with Russia. The message from NATO was clear: an attack on one member would be considered an attack on all.
The ripple effects of Putin's threats extended far beyond the immediate borders of Ukraine and Europe.
The crisis sent shockwaves through the global order, shaking the foundations of international security.
The conflict in Ukraine highlighted the fragility of the rules-based international system that had emerged after the Cold War.
Putin's willingness to violate international law and threaten the use of force sent a chilling message to the world. The crisis also exacerbated existing geopolitical tensions, particularly between Russia and the West.
The interconnected nature of the global economy meant that the impact of the crisis was felt far and wide.
As the world grappled with the implications of Putin's threats and the escalating crisis in Ukraine, one thing remained clear: diplomacy was the only viable path to averting a catastrophic conflict.
While military deterrence was essential to deter further aggression, it was not a solution in itself.
Only through dialogue, negotiation, and a willingness to find common ground could the crisis be resolved peacefully.
The international community had a responsibility to exhaust all diplomatic avenues. This required open channels of communication and a commitment to finding mutually acceptable solutions. The world had a moral imperative to choose the path of peace and work tirelessly to build a more secure and stable future for all.